Thank you for tuning into Nizzy Sports Chat. I am your host, Nizzy, and in this video, you guys, we're going to be giving you a little game preview of the upcoming matchup tonight between the Toronto Raptors and Minnesota Timberwolves. Both teams looking to extend their records here this season, you guys. Both are fighting for to get into the 6th seed. Obviously, the Raptors are sitting in the 6th seed out in the Eastern Conference right now. Got a 1-game lead over the Cleveland Cavaliers. T-Wolves, I think, are a game or two back of the Denver Nuggets out in the Western Conference. They're still sitting in that 7th seed. They've had a surprisingly really good season this year. T-Wolves are sitting at a 43-33 record, 10 games above 500. They're 6-4 over their last 10 games. Coming into this game with an 18-win and 20-loss road record. So a couple games below 500 there, so the Raptors definitely need to try and take advantage of that today. Raptors, on the other hand of things here, you guys are coming in with a 43-32 record, so they're 1 game above the T-Wolves here. Raptors are also 8-2 in their last 10. They've been on a real hot stretch lately. Obviously coming with that big overtime win versus Boston the other day, 115-112. Raptors are getting that home record up a little bit now with the 3-game winning streak they're on as well. They're a 20-16 home record, which is nice to see. I think we're only 2 games above 500 a few days ago at home. So nice to see us extend that a little bit. Hopefully we can do the same thing tonight versus the Timberwolves. Like I said, the Raptors are on a 3-game win streak here, you guys, so hopefully we can extend that to a 4th game. This one's a big-time slugfest tonight versus a playoff team out in the Western Conference, so it ain't going to be easy by any means. One of the highest efficient three-point shooting teams as well. They make the most three-point shots in the league at pretty close to 15 threes a game. So we're definitely going to have to be contesting those shots early and often in this one to have an opportunity to stick around in this game. We don't want them to get hot from the three-point line. Otherwise, we're going to have to really start draining a lot of baskets just to be able to keep up with these guys for a full 48 minutes. So I think we'll do a great job if we can take away that three-point line from them a little bit here. I'd like to see our bench unit step up a little bit more as well. They didn't really have a great performance against Boston. Really, the only guy that showed up off the bench was Thaddeus Young. Had a huge second half for us. Unfortunately, he got injured. It looks like he's not got a serious injury, though. He looks like he'll be playing in tonight's matchup here, you guys. Right, real quick, before I start breaking down the injury report, if you guys can go ahead and like this video, if you like sporting content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future, I've been getting a lot of support on the channel lately, you guys, and I greatly appreciate it. We're going to keep coming out with as much content as possible for you guys. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and start breaking down the injury reports for tonight's matchup here. Starting off with the Toronto Raptors, you guys. Still got Malachi Flynn out with that hamstring injury. I'm assuming they're just kind of nursing him slowly here, obviously with the signing of Armani Brooks as well, who's been playing well, coming off the bench for us in that point guard spot. There's no real need to rush Malachi back. Ideally, you'd like to see this guy come back and play 2 or 3 games at the end of the season here just to get back into a little bit of a rhythm before the playoffs start. I do think he can be an added depth piece on the bench for us. Between him and Armani Brooks, that might just add a little bit of playmaking and shooting ability coming off the bench for us with our 3 big men there. So hopefully he's ready to rock here in another week or so. Like I said, get a couple games in before the playoffs start. And then we got Khem Birch as well, you guys, who missed the last game there against Boston with the knee injury. He has a game-time decision for tonight's game. Would not be surprised if he ends up missing this one, just kind of the way she goes. He's been dealing with little knee issues all season long as well. And then obviously had that broken nose and stuff. So it's just been a rough year for Khem Birch health-wise. Hopefully he gets back on track here. Still might be able to be a go for tonight's game. We'll have to see what happens there. But nonetheless, as long as this guy's healthy for the playoff stretch, because he is an absolute beast on the offensive glass for us. He's got a nice little floater in the lane, so we'll definitely want to have him back in the fold for the playoffs. And then over to the T-Wolves, you guys. They got Beasley out with an ankle injury, and they also got McDaniels out with an ankle injury. So a couple of role players for him, but no, none of their big dogs missing in this matchup. So like I said, I think this is going to be an absolute slugfest here. This should be the slugfest we were looking for against Boston. Obviously, Boston was a good game. Definitely didn't want it to be that close of a game when they had most of their starting lineup out. But it's going to be a little bit different here against the T-Wolves. They're going to have all their main guys out there. Like I said, it's going to be a duel right down to the end, in my opinion. I think it'll be a high-scoring matchup tonight as well with, like I said, the T-Wolves make more three-point shots per game than anyone in the league. They're first in the league with almost 15 makes a game. Like I said, I think it'll be a high-scoring matchup here, you guys. Really hoping Nick Nurse gives Armani Brooks a few minutes out on the court. He did not play against Boston. That one kind of confused me a little bit. I think Freddie had like 40 or 41 minutes in that game. I'd like to see Armani get a little bit a little bit more time out on the floor, especially with Freddie nursing that knee injury. He's just not the same out there. And then you go and put him out there for 40 minutes. He's not giving you a good 40 minutes out there right now. He can probably only give you 10 or 20 minutes of high quality basketball play. The rest of the time, he's just nursing that knee injury. And his shot's not dropping at a high clip because of the knee injury either right now. So I would like to see Armoni Brooks get a little bit of time out there. Keep Freddie to 30 minutes and less, in my opinion, just so that knee doesn't take an extra beating unnecessarily, especially when Armoni Brooks has been playing pretty well coming off the bench for you. I don't see an issue, especially with his defense. I mean, he's had some blocks and some steals in the last couple games. I thought he's done a really good job defensively for us, so he's not a liability out there on the defensive end of the floor. He is taller than Freddie as well. I think he's 6'3", so that gives us a little added size when Armoni Brooks is in the lineup as well. So fingers crossed, Nick Nurse gets him into the lineup a little bit today, especially, like I said, with Malachi Flynn out. Gives Armoni those extra chances to get out on the floor and make an impact in the game. So yeah, you guys should be an exciting one here. We'll go through some of the keys to the game before we round out this video. Like I said, they're the top 3-point shooting team in the league for makes, with 14.7 3-point makes per game, basically 15 makes a game from the 3 line. So I think one of the huge keys to the game for the Raptors is just going to be contesting those 3-point shots early and often in this game. Really focusing on chasing them off the line, closing out to the 3-point range, and just making sure that they aren't getting those easy looks, right? I think if we do that and hold them under 40% 3-point shooting, that's going to give us a good opportunity here to win this game tonight, you guys. Same thing, another key to the game that I think is going to be huge for us is attacking Karl Anthony Towns in the paint. I think if we can get this guy into some foul trouble, get him sitting on the bench for big stretches throughout this game, that's definitely going to help our offense there. Obviously he's a good rim protector, rebounder, and obviously can finish on the offensive end very well as well. Obviously he can shoot that 3-point shot at a hot stroke as well, obviously being the 3-point contest winner at the All-Star weekend this year, you guys. So we're definitely going to have to keep our eyes on Karl Towns here. But like I said, if we can get this guy into some foul trouble early, Pascal gets going, attacking him in the paint early and often, I think that's definitely going to go to our advantage later on in the game if this guy's got 4 or 5 fouls on him already, and then he just won't be able to play as much until crunch time down in the fourth quarter. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. And then the last key to the game that I have, you guys, is the bench definitely needs to step up in this one. Had a bit of a rough outing versus the Celtics there, especially with pretty much their entire starting lineup out. We definitely needed more from our bench in that game. We should have had a lot more production coming from our bench unit there. Like I said, the only guy that really produced at a good clip for us was Thad Young. Made a big time difference there late in that game for us against the Celtics. Hopefully he's playing tonight. Hasn't said anything in the injury report. He did show up in the injury report that I looked at on the score there, you guys. So I would expect him to be playing tonight, which will be huge to have him out there. Boucher needs to have a bounce back game. He had a bit of a rough outing there versus Boston. Same with Achua. Both of those guys need to step up and have some good performances tonight, along with Thaddeus Young and Armoni Brooks off the bench. If we can get 30, 40 bench points from our bench unit tonight, I think that's going to go a long ways to helping us seal the deal for the victory here against the T-Wolves, you guys. They got a scrappy squad over there, man. They're playing really good basketball this year. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs as well. I think they got an opportunity to make some upsets there in the playoffs, depending on what seeding they finish in. But like I said, you guys, this isn't going to be an easy matchup here. They're hungry. They want to get a victory as well. I think they're a game or two back of Denver for that 6th seed, so they're still fighting like crazy to get out of the play-in tournament as well. Obviously, the Raptors are fighting to hold on to our 6th seed and remain that one game up on Cleveland. I believe they got a game against the Mavericks tonight, so fingers crossed the Mavs can help us out and take them down. And then we got a matchup against Orlando on Friday, which we have to take care of business. The last time we played Orlando, we squandered that opportunity against Detroit and Orlando, those back-to-back games that we had a couple weeks ago. Definitely got to take advantage of Orlando on Friday, you guys. Especially if we don't end up taking care of business versus the T-Wolves tonight, which could be a possibility. I would be way more upset if we lost to Orlando than lost to the Timberwolves. At least the Timberwolves are a good team. As long as we don't get blown out by them, keep it close here. Accept a loss if we had to lose to them. I'd still want to see the boys win. I still think we can beat the T-Wolves for sure, but I think there's a possibility we lose this one tonight. But like I said, we got to take care of Orlando on Friday, you guys. We cannot allow those inferior opponents to take us down. I would say it's a 50-50 battle versus the Timberwolves tonight. I do think the Raptors will win, you guys. My prediction here, I'm going to go 115 to 110 for the Raptors. I think it'll be a close game, high scoring. Both teams are going to be able to make some shots here. But yeah, I think the Raptors are going to be able to hang on for the 4th victory in a row, extending that win streak to 4 games, you guys, getting up to a 44-32 record. So we'll have to see what happens. Fingers crossed it ends up working out for the Raptors in this one, you guys. Would love your guys' opinion in the comment section down below. What do you think the Raptors' chances are of taking down the Timberwolves tonight? Do you think we can keep that streak rolling Friday as well against the Orlando Magic? Would love your guys' opinion on that in the comment section down below. Other than that, you guys, that pretty well wraps her up for this one. Please go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Thank you guys so much for watching, man, and this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports.